Like this. Kathy, you look so pretty. What? I'm so... And then she's so much better. Now we're going to Spices in a Shobo. So, you know, once again, my friends are not doing what they need to do, but God bless them. I am. So we're walking into this place called, I thought it was called Oxford. I don't know what it's called, but I'll show you guys what it looks like. I like standing in line, waiting for water. This is my nightlife. Yeah, hopefully you guys can hear me because my other footage is a little low. But I just ordered something. We'll see. But this is like the nightlife. No Shobo, at least the best we can do. We got COVID and all this other crap that's going on. But anywho, we're getting ready to eat. Probably would not be talking to you guys anymore tonight. But I'll see you on the 5th day to continue to share my experience in Africa. All right, talk to you soon. What's going on, everybody? Day 5. It's hot. And I don't know, I'm going through a lot emotionally right now. Just taking everything in. Nigeria has like, don't quote me, but I'm thinking about 37 states. And all of them are different from what I hear. But, you know, Shobo is very cultural and traditional. Their principles are based off of the Yoruba culture in Africa. The language is different. It's all in Yoruba. So they still do things in a way that is customary and traditional. It's not a lot of extravagance here. And people are okay with that. Their lives are simple. I'm staying actually in a village or a compound, so to speak, where the whole community works together synergistically to make things happen. And that's probably one of the beautiful things about living on a village right now. Like I said earlier, my comforts are gone. Like, there are times the power shut off. The internet is on and off, if it comes on at all. Sometimes the water may shut off. And everybody in the community use that water. So you got to get up like super early, hurry up and try to get, you know, wash off. If the shower doesn't work, you have to probably sponge off. So it's a lot of different elements that I'm not familiar with, actually going through the process of while I've been here. But I've focused on not complaining about it. I'm looking at all the other aspects of it outside of the material. Because spiritually, it's been very rewarding in so many different ways. Emotionally, I'm trying to process it because I really don't know how I'm feeling emotionally. So I'm observing, I'm learning a lot about myself. And I think emotionally, that's probably what I'm dealing with today. It's just learning a lot about myself. Y'all have to excuse how I'm looking because this is just it. I'm like super basic. I'm like majorly basic because, I mean, even though I'm going to be honest with you, the women in Oshobo, you see them out on the street. You see them with their baskets. Some of them got on lashes. They got on eyeshadow. I'm like, wow. And it's like 9,000 degrees here. Like, how are you doing that? But they literally are dressed in long, beautiful African garb, and they're walking around with a whole bunch of things on their head. It could be bananas. It could be what they call shin. It could be meat. It could be, you know, things, toiletries that they're taking back to home to their kids. But it's amazing how they're looking while they're doing all of that. So they make sure they step out nicely, you know, every day. Even the Muslim sisters, they have their covers on and they're beautiful. They're beautiful. But the respect here is really, really amazing to me. I think everybody is respecting one another. I don't feel a lot of ego and folks got issues with one another. Even the women, they're all respectful of each other, even if they're the same age or older or even younger. So just some of the customs and the culture itself, you know, I'm definitely going to bring back with me. I think it's just something that's needed. That wedding yesterday was amazing. I've been to a wedding, a Nigerian wedding before, but to actually go to a Nigerian wedding in Nigeria was now that was extravagant. Like, we were in cool air. We were in a different area. We wasn't in Oshobo. The dresses, how everybody looked. There was a lot of priests there. Was a lot of officials and official politicians there, or judges, kings, chiefs. That was, you know, exciting, and it was more familiar to me. So I enjoyed myself a lot yesterday in that process. It's hot here, y'all. I don't know. This heat here in Africa is a little different than the one in the States. I cannot get cool. And then I'm trying to be cognizant of how I'm dressing. Even though I have my arms out, I have on so much repellent because the mosquitoes here carry malaria and they carry typhoid fever. So you got to be really, really careful on how you, what you put on. And if you are going to put on something that's cool, you got to make sure you keep repellent on. So this repellent I have on lasts for 12 hours, and I literally go back sometimes before 12 hours and put more on. I spray off, like I go OD with the repellent, because people have gotten sick coming from the States in Africa and going back home. And I still have to take my malaria medication every day, or, it's a preventive thing. So it's been very, very interesting. This is day 5. I have a lot more to show you guys as time progresses, as much as I could show you anyway. Because mostly when I'm going somewhere, I'm kind of in a car, so everything is moving so fast. And the driving, oh my God, like. The driving here, if you all, anybody from New York, is New York times 500. That's the only way I can explain it. Like, even though there are big, deep, steep potholes this thick on the roads, yeah, they just drive, and you're bumpity bump. I felt like my hip was going to be out of place yesterday. I think I said that on that video yesterday. I felt like I had a good time yesterday. I posted the footage where I went out in Oshobo. That was different. That was a little bit more familiar to me. I had a little drink, This is still early in the day. I don't know what to expect for the remaining of my day. I'm just going to try to kind of chill out. I separated myself a little bit from my friends so I can come in, because the heat is just a little bit too much for me right now. So I'm back in the area that we're staying in the village, and just kind of trying to take a break. I think jet lag hit me worse than I thought it would, so my body wants to sleep right now. It doesn't want to be up. So I'm going through that process. So I got a lot going on physically, emotionally, and spiritually right now. And yeah, to be continued. On day 5, I'll keep you guys posted, and we'll move from there. Today is Monday, so this is the 6th day that I am in Oshobo, Osun State, Nigeria. And I just found out today that actually the area that we're in is like a very generational area. So that's why it looks like nothing is being done here. Like, there's not a lot of housing. I mean, if it is housing, it's something that the people of Oshobo themselves have built. Of course, the government is very corrupt, so the streets are all crazy and out of whack. It's just not an area that what I would consider a little bit more modernized, because just like I mentioned in a previous video, there are spaces and places, lots of places in Africa, even in Nigeria, that Lagos is like New York City. From what I hear, Abuja is like California. But this particular area is very, very traditional. Like I said, I'm living a full scoop of that with grace, I might add, because at least I'm not like in a hut or anything like that. So I am in a building, like an apartment type building. But today in Oshobo was very interesting. I was just going through some of my own personal feelings about just kind of feeling left out a little bit, knowing it was my ego. So I just kind of pushed through some of that, and just trying to continue to be supportive and celebrate my friends who have come here to step into some other type of greatness for themselves on their spiritual path. So I've really been trying to be open to that, and not realizing that even with my experience here, I've actually been on a spiritual path as well. I think I just kind of caught up with it today more than anything. Just checking myself, seeing where my ego was, seeing what things I needed to adjust. And if anybody knows me, I'm a person that generally likes to work on herself a lot. I work on myself a great deal. But today was even more of a reality check for me. I got some confirmation about some things today for myself, even through one of the sisters that is here. She's an elder, and she talked to me today, and that was very refreshing. And although I knew certain things, it just, because I can be apprehensive about a lot of things sometimes. And sometimes I don't move as quickly. And one of the reasons I think for that, for me, is that in the past I've done things so impulsively. I always was that person that just jumped. But over the years, I've learned to slow down, because when I didn't, nothing really went well for me. I became, over the years, even more so cautious. I think in my 20s, I was a little bit more ambitious, and I won't even say ambitious. I think I'm still ambitious, but I was a little bit more adventurous, I would say, in my 20s. And even in my early 30s, I would say that. But by the time I got to my 40s, I was like, you need to slow this down, because you're not getting anywhere. You're not getting anywhere. So I found that I needed to bring some of that essence back to my life and not be afraid to just jump, So that's been a big lesson for me today. And also, I would say a lesson too for me was, sometimes you can get to a space where you're doing things because other people are doing it, or you're doing things because other people are doing it. But I would say check your ego at the door when you're feeling like you need to do what someone else is doing. Because I think everything has a time and a space. Everything is meant to be for you in that particular moment. And just like a lot of people would say, even some of the elders would say, God ain't gonna put no more on you than you can bear, And if you're just not ready for something, that is going to show up in a way where you can't really get that done until you're completely ready. Okay? So preparation is everything. Keeping your mind in check is everything. Checking your ego at the door is everything. Not comparing yourself to someone else. Just be you. Just be you. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to make something happen. Just be who you are, and you'll be surprised how much you learn, even about yourself and from other people as well. Some of the things you need to do to move forward. So that was my lesson today. I didn't go anywhere today. I didn't leave the village today. I just kind of stayed around and had that talk with the elder, and that was very enlightening for me, just to watch her power, watch her strength, and her connecting with me, with, you know, me being a African American and her being a true African of Nigeria. So that was very, that was cool. That was cool. So I should have a lot more pictures tomorrow, because there's a lot of things going on tomorrow. So, but I will see you guys day 7 in Osogbo, Osun State, Nigeria. Actually, I probably should have did this earlier, because this light is a lot better. It's a power outage. This is just the thing here, and everybody's very comfortable with it. But now it's getting ready to be majorly hot because I have no more fans. The fan is going out. Yay. Yay me. I probably have gotten maybe 2 shades darker. My skin is going through some brutal experiences because the water is different. I actually have been trying to wash my face with bottled water and brush my teeth with bottled water. It's different. Today is the time for everything, and it's also a time to jump, and we can't be afraid to do that. But your ego sometimes steps in and make you feel like, really, Tony's, like, you could have been that person, or you could have done that thing. It's all ego. You can't pay attention to it. You just have to work your way through it and keep moving through your process in your life. And just see what tomorrow brings. Always try to plan ahead, but at the end of the day, continue to savor the moments. And yesterday I pushed through my own emotional issues and my own ego to really fully embrace the moments. So that is a lesson. But I'll talk to you guys later today, because this is actually day 8 now in Osogbo. But I wanted to catch 7 yesterday. I paused for a minute because everybody's up, and I'm like, why? It's like 5 o'clock in the morning over here. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon until day 8, which is now.
Facing down. So, good night. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. In the middle of night, we call it Oru. Oru or Aji.
This is day 8. I actually did a video previously, at least I thought I was doing a video, and the video wasn't on. Yeah, that part. But anywho, day 8 was very rewarding to me because I got blessed. We all got blessed, all of my friends, we got blessed by the elders of the village. And it was a few of the elders of the village, the women. It was amazing. I'm so grateful, and I'm so blessed. Whatever my emotions were, anything that I was experiencing or going through within myself through this process, just was all taken away. I feel refreshed. That's how I feel. And I needed that. So I'm understanding more and more my reasoning for coming to Africa. My reasoning of why I truly believe my ancestors got me here. I was literally blessed coming to Africa. There's beautiful people around me that literally blessed me to be here. So I have no complaints. That's why I said whatever I was feeling was my own stuff and my own things that I had to just kind of press through. Because, you know, at the end of the day, it ain't about you. You know, it's about something greater. And this trip by far has been for the betterment of my life. It fed to my greatness, you know. It fed my worth, it fed my confidence, my self-esteem. It fed that. It makes me feel more powerful than I've ever felt. And not in a egotistical, conceited type of way. I'm not talking about that. It's not that. It's an inner strength that I think we all have, that we have to tap in and not be afraid of demonstrating or projecting it that way. Still being humble, still being vulnerable. All of that is power to me because it takes courage to be that. Humble and vulnerable especially. Because it's things you have to expose. But I don't know, I'm just one of those people, if the only way that I would truly heal, is to expose, you know, flaws and things of myself. Because even that, they're there to teach you something about yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all worth it. The fears, the feeling left out, the comparison, all of this stuff that sometimes come up in all of us as human beings. Those little demons sometimes are things that could potentially be that way if you don't own your truth and own your power and know what that is. Okay, you just showing up to show me and show me where I am. It helps you check your character, you know? It helps you check your integrity. That's why those fears show up, because it shows you, you know, at that particular time and at that particular moment, something you need to check or something you need to continuously work on, you know? And with you acknowledging those things about yourself, just acknowledging them, shifts it in a different direction and starts bringing forth more light, you know, more authenticity, more truth, because you're literally are allowing yourself to expose some parts of you that you probably just wouldn't normally tell anybody. For me, it helps me in all of those ways, but it also helps me in teaching moments, because I know I'm not out here by myself. You know, I know I'm not out here, you know, going through some of those humanistic things that people go through, the mentals, the emotional things, because we all have them, whether we want to face them or not. So I got beads, and I'm looking forward to getting more beads. Until the next time. We're here at the Shoe Grove. This is day 11. So we're walking into the Shoe Grove. I'm super excited. And look at the monkeys. Oh, wow, look at this, you guys. Oh, shit. Sorry, y'all. I stepped into something. thought that the monkeys, like I've never seen monkeys before, but they're just interesting to me right now. We're entering the grove. Look at that. In Oshobo. So we'll take a picture of the grove. We're still walking through. We haven't gotten to the river yet. That's what I'm looking forward to, is the river. Look at all the beautiful carvings on the wall of the grove. This is a very sacred space for the people of Oshobo. They believe that the Oshun River blesses them and brings forth prosperity in their lives. So they come here to pray and to cleanse. I don't think you need to touch the monkeys, Jonathan. Just saying. Wow, look at all of the carvings. One thing I love about the culture of Nigeria, there's so many artistic aspects of this country. You know, I love to waist bead. They were beaders and tribes. They were sculptors and tribes, painters and tribes. So it's very interesting to see the artistic flair of the country. No matter what area I think you're in, that's just me. Of course, this is my first time here, but judging from what I've experienced so far, it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna sign off really quick and I will show you the river. At the river, a lot of people are taking the water because, just like I said earlier, it's meant to bless you, bring forth prosperity. Oshun is the deity of beauty and sensuality and goodness, community, love, prosperity. So the people of the Yoruba tribe, they come here to receive blessings from Oshun. Mm-hmm. Hey, lady, how are you?
Bye bye. Yes, ma'am. Bye bye. Oh, bye bye.
Bye bye. See you. Yeah, come back. Yeah. Good. Oh yeah.
What are you doing? What's on top of it?
They gonna be like, no. You American. Just take the blessing of Oshun and fall into the water.
On a good
Well,
day,
shaky.
the river is not always this goldy per se. The problem is there's some construction going on.
Oh.
So even though here is suspended, don't be scared, don't worry. It's a suspended bridge, don't worry.
Come on, Miss Kathy. Miss Kathy, you got down there with the river. Yeah, you know I'm doing good. I'm the scary one. This is a bridge. I really can't even really show y'all the bridge, but it's a little different. Oh shit! I'm sorry. See, he's messing up my vlog because I do not want to fall. I am trying to bring my yoga in. Yeah. Because we're on I don't know what kind of bridge it is, but it really feels like some kind of, it's some straight survivor. Some survival shit going on.
This is probably stronger than some of the stuff we have.
It probably is, but it's just, yeah, it's moving and everything, you guys. Yeah, okay. We're in the market. There's a lot going on.
They got some nice fiber over there.
What? Oh, behind us here.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Once again, this is day 11 for me in Osogbo, Osun State, Nigeria. Gosh, I did so much stuff today. You saw the footage of the river. We went to the Osun Grove, which is really, really huge here in Osogbo. It's Osun State, so they reverence Osun, you know. And those of you who know who that is, I don't have to go and break that down. But I think what one of my lessons was today, because I really feel like I'm coming back more into myself, maybe because I'm getting closer to going home, back to the States. But I believe that I'm coming, kind of meeting back to myself. It's a merging that's happening with me that I actually really like, because it feels a lot stronger for me. And what I discussed yesterday about our ancestors and the connection and things that we have to get back to, I think that's what happened for me. It's like I had to go through a detachment stage to become more aligned with myself, if that makes sense. You know, sometimes when there's a line in the Bible when they said, you know, sometimes you fall short of the glory of God. To me, that means, and I have this in my book, The Power of Three, is that you are out of alignment. You have fallen short of your truth. You've fallen short of who God is in you. So I think what I learned today, day 11 here in Osogbo, is your work never ends. I don't care what titles you have. I don't care what experience you may have, your credentials, whatever that is. That's even more work. To whom much is given, much is required. And sometimes we try to jump into things so quickly without realizing the type of work that is going to come with that. Now, some people, they evolve to those stages, and to me, that is the authentic stance to take. That is the authentic way to move, is to allow things to unfold and evolve to that space. But some people just want to go straight to something because it sounds good, it looks good, and it makes you feel good. But at the end of the day, you don't realize the type of work that you're going to have to move through by having that type of responsibility. So that was a lesson. You've heard it before, but it was more of a lesson for me today, more than anything. Take your time. Don't rush. Allow things to evolve and unfold. You don't have to rush to get there. Okay, day 13. We're done in Osun State. We're actually preparing now to go to Lagos, to go back to the airport, although our flight is like super late at night. So we're gonna be in Africa pretty much all day, but I don't know. Hopefully we can see a little bit of Lagos, we'll see. But right now we're just waiting. We're waiting to probably eat breakfast, and then we're getting ready to head back to the States. Osogbo has been invigorating, it's been intriguing, it's been different. But most of all, I think I'm definitely taking back a connection more to my African ancestry, because I actually brought my ancestors back home. Yeah, that's what's up. So this was amazing. So back to reality. Talk to you guys soon.